All right, June 9th, a little bit quicker. We're at 2 hours and 47 seconds. Total of 38 milliseconds. So very close to yesterday, if not almost exact. So it's 2 hours and 47 seconds. This Saturday, maybe Sunday, probably we'll count the steps. But remember, when you're out there in the Texas heat, don't joke around, okay? I'm gonna show you what I carry with me. Just give me a second. You wanna stay hydrated because it can kill you, okay? Now, here we go. And take little swigs, don't take like real big swigs and stuff. And if you're an alcoholic, then pray. Because I practically just drink water. Every once in a while I have Coke Zero. All right. Called blind spot right there. Because I won't know where it is, so I call it a blind spot, so I pick it up. That's what I call blind spots. I don't know where my remote is. Now it's in a good spot. I'm just gonna show you guys my water pack. I like these right here. They're pretty good. This is kind of there so the water doesn't leak. You can put it on the mouth of it right here. Or you can just leave it in there, it'll float to the top. This stuff floats in the water. This is where the water goes. So I'll show you. Just pour the water in there like that. And if you want to fill it up, depends on how much water you need for the run. I fill it up to the top usually. And I usually wash it out a little bit like that. Sometimes I let it dry. What's also really cool about this particular pack, I don't know if the military had these types. They usually have types that can hold cartridges and sniper bullets and things like that. But I am going to tell you about this one. Some not major issues, but the military now has a contract with New Balance. These are actually New Balance shoes right here. But I don't know what kind of contract they have with their camel packs or their water packs. They use them in Afghan. Here's this brand right here. I haven't had any problems with this. You can store stuff in here. The side is good for, let's say you have a, I don't know, a Porsche, electric Porsche, and you want to put your fob on that, or your mansion remote key to the gate, or whatever it is you put in there. You can connect it in there for your mansion or whatever it is. Now this right here, you can store, I don't know, protein bar, some nuts and berries if you're on a long hike. Here's another cool thing too. See this little thing right here? That keeps the water in place. That's probably what the military doesn't have on theirs. I don't know how smart theirs are, but you have an extra thing here that doesn't slosh around. But it may not be good for the military to have, because whenever the enemies shoot all the bolts at them, they may just luck out at the last minute if they're in the desert, and the bullet might miss if they're sliding over, if it doesn't have this thing to stabilize it. And boy, if that bullet gets into this thing right here, then they die of dehydration in the desert if they don't get to a base quick enough. So in the Afghan war, if you didn't get shot and you got left out in the desert and you died from dehydration. Look at this right here. These are good here because they'll lock into place. It keeps this tube in line. So when you're jogging or even sprinting, it'll still stay in line. I've even sprinted full speed with it. This thing even stays in place. I don't know if the military has those either. This is nice too right here. That's a double back right here on this side. You can see it goes through here. If you want to add a different camel pack to it, let's just say put one with Gatorade or something like that. Or for alcoholics. And then you can do something like right here. Probably put like a little sniper rifle bullet or something right there if you needed to. If you're out hunting and you're using a sniper rifle to kill the deer. I'd get a mod, so what is it called? A MK13 Mod 5. Little silencer on it. It's a good one for a deer, to kill a deer. Same thing with an HK MP7. That'd mow down a deer really quick. These are good though, and you got extra storage here You want to, say, put a little bag of protein powder or something like that in the hike. Let's say you're going on an 8-hour hike or something. You need a little more energy. Or you put a little book in there, a little map or something like that. It's pretty cool. All right, kitty. You've got the whale shark tunnel. You have the scratching post. And you have the condo. That's a cat condo. Crawl in right there. You enjoy, not too much exercise. I went on a 2-hour hike, including jogging. So I got some stuff to talk about, and I'll talk about it later. June 9, 2023. It's about 4:57 in the PM. We're looking at about 179,062 miles, about 95 degrees Fahrenheit. So I wanted to talk real quick about the dating field and what I come across, or what I have come across in the dating field in the past on different dating sites. And you got these single moms that have 3 or 4 kids, and what you have to do is you have to put them on block, or you have to put them on, I don't want your kids, My stepdad was never able to walk off from my life, and my life would be way better if he did. There's one thing in life that I will not be, and I will not be a stepdad. I haven't changed my mind on that. I think stepdads have a problem. They're doing it for the wrong reasons. If they get involved in a relationship with a single mother and they become a stepdad, then they need to go to the church and talk to the pastor. Because if we get rid of all the stepdads, we'll be in good shape. And same with stepmoms too. And they're tough to deal with. But if on the dating sites, what I did from the very beginning, and that includes all of them, is I always put no single moms. I will not be a stepdad. Don't ask me to. I don't believe in it. So there's a single mom that lives underneath me in his apartments. She's got this young kid. He climbed up on my balcony and tied a piece of trash. It was basically a grocery sack full of ripped up, empty Marlboro cigarette packs. Didn't make any sense. I didn't know if it was him or a painter or illegal alien that did it. So finally I was walking by with the maintenance guy, and I ran right across. I said, "Did you do that? Did you put the trash bag on my doorstep? Did you climb up on my balcony?" And he said that he did. And I told him if he does it again, that I'm gonna have him criminally trespass from my property. That means he'll have a criminal trespass charge if he does it again. Because you can get killed doing that. There's last castle laws. So he admitted to me that he did it, and I got a photo. But I'm not going to release his photo because I do have respect for the younger crowd. But he knows who he is, and he also mentioned the YouTube show. So he knows about the YouTube show, is what he says. What's all this YouTube show? And then he insulted me and called me all these names. So I let him know. I said, well, you're insulting a father of 3 children. If you keep acting like that, you're going to end up fatherless. That means you're going to end up never being a father. You're going to have to learn to respect everyone around you as a father. And he just kept mouthing off, using GD and curse words and all this stuff. I said, well, you're going to die fatherless. Because you have to be respectful if you want to be a family man and you want to be a father. Anyway, we're going to go get a salad. All right, so Marty Leonard Chapel was created by E. Fay Jones, an architect that worked with Frank Lloyd Wright. He was the apprentice of Frank Lloyd Wright. And he was born in 1921. I think so, 1921. Yeah. And he was a Navy guy, and he got rewarded the AIA, which is the architect. Well, it's a big award. It's the American Institute of Architects. E. Fay Jones. It's also a Lena Pope home, and a wedding chapel. Linda and I's been in there. So today is mixology. It's on the 9th. You learn how to home bartend. Home bartending for alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages. Looks like a good one. Alright, so we're dealing with at least 100 calories right here. With this one, with the mushrooms right here, it's probably 200 calories right here. It's about 220. About 300. You're going on 400 calories right here. I got 2 eggs, it's 45. De-yolking, it's about 100. All right. So with the meat alone, that's about 200, 300, 400, 500. Looking at about maybe 600-700 calories the most. Now to get some of the balsamic, it's going to be about maybe going on, I don't know, maybe 650 or so. Here, maybe 700. Some of this here. I think it may be 700 or so. Then we'll get some olives. All right, so I'm saying about 7, maybe 750 or so. Now we're gonna do some of this stuff. About 740. About 840 maybe. Getting there, it's about 900. These are a little more oil based. So we're looking at about 900 calories right there. With the crackers, or 3 crackers will be a little bit different. We're gonna do 2 bags today. The reason why is because sometimes this thing leaks. Yeah, what do we have?
All right, El Patio sauce.
My favorite. I'm a big fan of hot sauce from Texas.
Well,
what do we got? Where are we from on this one?
You're from Austin.
That works. Austin works.
5 generations.
El Patio.
Yes.
5 generations?
5 generations.
All right.
So if you like it hot, you...
All right, here we go.
Chip.
I just need
Oh,
one.
you're doing it. Okay.
That tells, it kind of tastes like El Phoenix. Yeah, it's a lot like El Phoenix. You know what El Phoenix is?
Yes.
Big old family. Nice dog.
Thank you.
That little green van right there, RBK 2518, supports the Michigan Police. They're all away from Alabama. We made it, Hilton Garden Inn. It's kind of hard to see behind all these flagpoles, but they like their flagpoles. And we'll go in there and have a snack, and then head out and drop food at your doorstep. Oh, here's a place over here. I didn't see this place. That's where they were having the meeting the other day. Hardest part of and of course, yeah, it's big time leaking right there. The fort magically disappeared. That was crazy. How this world is, it's very difficult to even afford to eat healthy, but I choose to do so for now on. So, got that at Central Market. Here it is. We're going to talk about calorie count and study all that. We want to know the calorie counts on this, and we're 23 per calories on each cracker. So we're thinking the entire packet of cracker is 46 calories, so up to 50 calories is what I'm rounding up. So 50, and then 100, and then 150 for the crackers. Now, let's look at the salad. This is the hard part. So I try to do it at the salad bar, but I was trying to focus on not spilling anything, because people go crazy when you spill stuff at a salad bar. I mean, they flip out. They're like, don't do that with the tongs or I'll call the police. Okay. So these two are probably going to be maybe, I don't know, 80 and 80. I'm just guessing, but I'm going to take the egg yolk out. This stuff right here, which is basically, I don't know what you call this. This is like salami and olives, green olives. And I don't know what this is, like some type of cheese. I'm going to say 200 total on that. So we're looking at 200 calories for that part. Then the cheese is going to be an extra probably 100. So I put about 100 calories worth of cheese, going up to 300. Then on the chicken, I think I remember doing like 2 scoops or so. So we're going to think about, where were we? 1 and 2, which is 200, maybe 300. Then the chicken, maybe another 100, so 400 on the chicken. And then maybe the cheese and stuff, another 100, which we get to 500. Then we got these croutons and mixtures of bell peppers and things like that. So another maybe 200, so a total of 700. And then the fruit and things like that, maybe another 100, which is 800. So maybe 800 right here alone. And then 50 and 50, because I'm gonna de-yolk these two. And so that would be 900 plus 50, 50, 50. So roughly probably about 1,000 calories, 1,030, 1,000, something like that, 1,030. I'm gonna add some of the spinach, but this can't be more than probably maybe 100. So maybe 1,130 total, or something similar to that, okay? Okay, here's the egg. So we're gonna cut through this right here. And we're gonna de-yolk. More egg, de-yolking. Make sure we get all of it out so there's no fat. De-yolking this. Okay. Do you need calories to live eventually? You can go 3 weeks without food, but it starts getting hard. Sorry. You can go 3 minutes without air, 3 weeks without food. No, 3 minutes without air, 3 weeks without food. How does it work? No, it works this way. 3 weeks without air. I'm sorry, you'd be dead. 3 minutes without air, 3 days without water, and you can go 3 weeks without food. After 3 weeks without food, your organs shut down and you start to die. So I'm saying about 11 to 1200 for the salad. A little bit more on the crackers, probably about 1400 calories, maybe less. It could be half. Pretty good. All right, we're gonna see you out there in a minute to drop food at your doorstep. Know anything about me as a screenwriter, then you've heard somewhere down the line about the movie that I wrote, the script, the screenplay, The Projectionist. Everyone likes it. Now, I had one lady that has worked with Hollywood. She was an assistant to Ethan Hawke, and she read it and she liked it. She showed up to the first day of screen testing. I think her name is Natalie Jones. I always think of Davy Jones because that was the original name of David Bowie. There's something going on here. Looks like an event. It's like, there's the Dickies Arena. I'm going to show it to you right here. I'll tell you about the Projectionist in a minute. That's the Dickies Arena right there. There's something going on here though, big time. I didn't see any rideshare pickup is right here, or right down this way. I didn't see any signs for anything though. I'm headed to a pickup for, we're picking up a pizza at Gemelle's, I think is what they go by. 2.1 miles, 8 minutes, and about 6:18. And there's a ride share for the arena right there. Yep. Anyway, about, I don't know, 10 cops all around, or maybe 7 cops or something. Or Shamus, I call them Shamus. Shamu's a secret name. Orca and Shamu are famous. Or if you know who Orca is or Shamu, they're famous. They're also black and white. And they're also killer whales. And we're like fish in the sea. You know, fish in the sea. Oh, there goes a killer whale. And if a fish is swimming in the ocean, they're going to see Shamu or Orca and go, look, there's Shamu and Orca. Let's go this way. That's why it's Shamu and Orca. Now, in Colors, which is plain free, I'm not going to review it. It's Dennis Hopper's movie. I'm not going to review it. Robert Duvall's in it, but I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into it at all. It's too political, and it's a movie that I don't want to go back and watch it. But Colors, Dennis Hopper's street tough movie about the Crips and the Bloods and the cops, and how there are 3 gangs: or the cops, the Crips, and the Bloods. It's a tough movie, so I'm not gonna. No comment on Colors. Maybe when I'm more advanced, we might do a Colors review. But it's a tough movie to watch. I mean, Robert Duvall's brilliant. He's always one of my favorites. Sean Penn plays one of the cops, one of the younger cops, and there's a thing in it where he says, Robert Duvall teaches the young cop and says, well, you know, you could run down there and F one of them cows, or you can walk down there and F them all. Now, I don't agree with that statement. I agree that you can run down there and F them all. I always believe that. Although, you know, Robert Duvall's talking about how that it was an effortless thing. They played a character. They played not a character, but they played her undercover in some of the movie, or a lot of it. And they drove this unmarked vehicle, and they were gang unit because they were patrolling gangs, and they were known as Pac-Man. So they also got the name of Pac-Man. And that was their nickname by the gangs. Here comes Pac-Man. Because they drove, you know, look at this right here. Just look at that fence, like Christian Fish. They drove a vehicle that was kind of yellow. And they were Pac-Man. Robert Duvall was the lead cop, and Sean Penn was his apprentice. It's a good movie. I'm not going to do a review, though. Okay, now, what was I talking about? I was talking about something important. Well, John Cusack's coming to June 23rd. We can go in that direction. He is coming. I think John Cusack's the best, man. And when he came down when I was a teenager, that's who I modeled my date kind of feel. So I'm going to act like John Cusack on this date. I'm going to have John Cusack on my mind when I go to this date. When I talk to this girl, I'm going to make her think that I'm John Cusack. I had jet black hair, looked very like Lloyd Dobler in Say Anything. Now, he's coming to Fort Worth for something called 16 Candles, which is also funny. He plays a geek in that. But Cusack did everything effortlessly. And he had an energy that was believable. And it was just an amazing, you know, he was an amazing guy. And he represented, you know, an energy that I think ooh, here comes a squirrel right here. Look at him. We don't have a lot of time, though. All right, he gets away. He represents kind of an energy that I kind of had. I talked. John Cusack talks. Sorry, I didn't mean to spit right there. I also I get like this spit line, and I need to get some kind of pill or something that some actors will take it, and it gets rid of all their salivation. We used to talk about it in acting class. I don't mind it. It's real. It's human. But you have to, you know, you get the spit line going. I've seen it in some performances. They usually get rid of it. I would keep it if I was a director. All human things. Nose hairs, keeping them. Spit on the side of the mouth, keep it. No makeup. Not for the men. The women can wear it if it's a little bit... What's that lady doing back there? Is she talking to me? This is how I drive, lady. Just live with it. I'm that type of director. So the woman can wear the makeup if she wore the makeup in real life. No, like, movie star makeup. You know, with the airbrush and I do all this stuff. Nuh-uh. Everything real with me. I'm a realist, but I like pop art. I can go either way. We can do a thing where we do lots of makeup, kabuki makeup, and all stylized, and we can do that when I call for it. But for some stuff, I want to go like real. I want to show and hear the burping and the farting and all that stuff, and some of the stuff, but not everything. Some are realist. But if I did kabuki kind of stuff, or if I did really artsy style theater type of movies or whatever, I would still want a human quality to be the center of it. The fact that we are human and we're alive, we have saliva, we breathe, we fart, we have urges. Look at the butterfly right here. It's just how I am. I don't try to cover a lot of this stuff up. I don't mind the embarrassment. If guy's choking me, then he's choking me, you know. I'm not going to try to say, well, you know, we're human, we make mistakes. We don't, you know, we don't just like, it's not good to be bad, and it's not good to sin, but it's how we all got here, you know. Our fathers were sinners, and our mothers were sinners. But it's how we got here. There's a song, Bob Dylan, I think Tom Petty or Bob Dylan, they wrote about it. There's a song about it. It starts with that we're here because of sin. But I'm not saying I condone it. But we can't be perfect robot angels. You know, Kurt Cobain kind of talked a little about putting angels on the stage whenever he was, you know, in concert. He had these angels there, but you could see their guts. You could see that inside they were real people. There it is, Gemelle's. Right here. So there's a sense of humanity in everything, even with perfect angels. You know, there'll be guts inside of them. There'll be intestines inside of an angel. They sometimes, you know, reveal their blood. You know, that there is no there's no robot person out there yet. There's no android out there we don't know of. It might happen in 100 years from now. That we'll be non-gross. There'll be nothing gross about us. You know, everyone will be 157 pounds. The same height. Wouldn't that just be great? All these like robot android types of people. That no one would make a mistake. Or they'd be kicked out of society. Some people are just human. I'm gonna go down this way. I sometimes park over there, but it looks like they have a full house. This is also, they have bungalows. Car wreck, call the experts. The White Law Firm. Huh, just for a car wreck? This guy right over here. I'm like, just for a car wreck? Yeah, he does car wrecks only. The White Law. Or no, I'm sorry, not. The Wilhite. Oh, the Will. I wonder if that's related to Wilhite Brooks, the ghost. Alicia Wilhite Brooks from the mansions at Sunset Ridge. It's the Wilhite Law. Because her name was Wilhite. It was, Brooks. Alicia Wilhite Brooks. She's a ghost that lives at the mansions at Sunset Ridge. Linda and I did a vlog on her. Here's Gemelle right here. Look, they're like Pee Wee Herman bikes. Isn't that cool? Cool, we're gonna pick up the pizza. Pick up the pizza. How I feel, I just want to say this one last thing before I pick up the pizza. Because I know the pizzas will be ready. I'm gonna turn off the copyright. Okay, turn off all copyright. When I say copyright, it means there's commercial music and I'll get a copyright claim. So that it doesn't mean an image, because you can't really, on this show you can film whatever you want. You gotta watch out on the copyrighted music. Because music makes you feel, and you can play a song underneath what you do, and it's different than if you didn't play that song. Okay, one thing I want to say. As an actor, it's never over until you're dead. As an actor, the dream is never over. You'll never know the dream to be over. As a filmmaker, as long as you can get the equipment. This is equipment. As a writer, that's pretty much all you need. You could make one of those pens too, and paper. You can't just write it in the air unless you're a mime. If you're a mime, it's never over. Okay? It never ends. Then by the time you're dead, it doesn't matter at that point. That's my advice to you as an artist. If you're a vlogger, an actor, a filmmaker, or a person that has grown up, or a person that wants to grow up, regardless, it's never over until you either stop doing it or until you die. But as long as you're trying to create your art, then you're good to go. As long as you continue to do it. If the money comes, hooray. Gemelle means twins in Italian. Hello, God? Okay, you approve of the show? Good. You're watching it? All the angels? Good. All right, you have a good night. These are really nice bikes too. I think you can rent them. There's a hotel named Otto, just like Tom Hanks' movie. A man called Otto to that extent. It was originally called A Man Called Eva. They changed it to Otto. Pretty cool.